with the Bucs Sunday against his new divisional rival, the Saints. Sean Payton said his squad will have to anticipate the changes Brady will bring to the table, but Brady's Bucs are going against the Drew Brees-led Saints team that has won the NFC South 3 years in a row. Joined once again by LeVar. Hopefully we're on the same side this time after you hit me with a two-piece.
Peace, my brother.
But Marcellus, do you expect the Saints to give Brady a rude NFC welcome this weekend?
No, I don't. I don't expect the Saints to go out there and dominate, let alone win this game as they anticipate, because they don't know what to expect coming out of Tampa Bay. We all know the personnel, but we don't know how this is all going to play out in terms of how they're going to call the plays and how they're going to execute on those same plays. And I think having that element of surprise is going to create the fear of the unknown for the New Orleans Saints, and they're not going to know how to attack them. Just think about the game of football as a microcosm, every single play. Imagine you're that running back, and there's a linebacker like LeVar Arrington, and I'm talking about early LeVar Arrington, the 3 Pro Bowl LeVar Arrington, not the one we see right now with the bad shirt.
Right.
And that guy is standing there, and I'm the running back. The first thing I must do is create doubt in terms of where I'm going. My job is not just to hold this ball and just try to make sure I get past them. It's to start to figure out the calculus of how can I get past them. So the first thing I do is I try to get them with the element of surprise. If I'm a speedster, I gotta give them a little like I'm gonna run you over. I gotta keep them off balance. Once I get him off balance, he's starting to think and process. A thinking player is a slower player because he's not able to react off of instinct. Now, imagine that occurring 11 deep on that Saints defense, not knowing what to do. How are you going to attack this roster? You can look at it and say, I'm going to go into the tight end room. No, let me get out of there. Let's look at the running back. Oh, hell no. All right, you know what? Quarterback. Ah, damn, the GOAT. Like, there's nowhere you can draw on a whiteboard a point of attack. And when you get on the field and you haven't seen them in the offseason, you haven't seen them in the preseason, you have nothing to study to see how they're going to form this Voltron, the element of surprise and the fear of the unknown combined, and you got success for the Bucs.
All that sounds fine and dandy, but the problem, Marcellus, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. My coach always told me, he said, don't drink the Kool-Aid, and you, sir, are ODing on this Kool-Aid, and the Kool-Aid is the hype. And the Bucs hype, you're buying into this dream team mantra. I think this will be more of a, it won't necessarily be a rude awakening, so to speak, but it will be an awakening for Tom Brady, because you got to remember, the Saints own this division. When I think about this kind of awakening, it's not going to be one of those pour cold water on your head while you're asleep and you wake up all startled, but it will definitely be like a gentle nudge. Brady, wake up. You're not in the AFC East anymore. Oh, Brady, we own this division. You don't. And so think about this for a second. The Saints, not only do they already have the offense that we all know about, they have Malcolm Jenkins, brought him back at safety, Pro Bowl, all-pro caliber safety. You got Marshawn Lattimore out there at cornerback. So, yes, the Bucs do have weapons, but it's not like the Saints don't have answers to those questions that the Bucs present. But also, I think about the continuity. Again, Marcellus, you tried to sleep on this point yesterday.
There you go.
But I got to bring it up. The Bucs got all these stars and one ball to go to all these stars.
How'd that work out in Golden State?
Y'all gotta let me know how this gonna work when you got Godwin, when you got Evans, when you got Gronk, when you got Howard, when you got Fournette, when you got McCoy, when you got Ronald Jones. Marcellus, it's a whole lot of divas and only one football to supply them all with. So you let me know how everybody gonna be all out there smiling, sunshine, and rainbows when the Saints go out there and remind them who own this division.
Every time I hear an athlete say there's only one ball, that means they scared. No. Because they got too much on the other side. What they're going to do is only one ball. There's only one ball. You sound, if you were in that Saints locker room and you dared to echo out your lips, they only got one ball. No. I'd be like, hey, bro, they got more than one ball.
This isn't a defensive argument. This is a psychology argument. Think about this. What did we see in the Vikings last year? What was Stephon Diggs, a top-flight receiver, doing? Complaining about touches. What do we see across the league from top-flight receivers when they don't get their touches? Where's Stephon Diggs now? He ain't in the Vikings locker room, so you can't sit here and act like we haven't seen this story before.
You didn't pull that example out when we had the most prolific duo last year with Jameis Winston.
Where's Jameis now?
And now they get Tom Brady, and they got their touches last year. I think they gonna get their touches this year with Tom Brady. Boy, you better stay in your place.
I'm with Acho on this.
No, let me say this last point, because he didn't even let me get to it.
My bad. Get to your point.
You say I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, and Coach told you never to drink the Kool-Aid, even though they'll never put what they say, 2 cups of sugar. Now you got to put a gang of sugar in Kool-Aid. Here's what the thing is. I'm not saying this. These words didn't come out my mouth. This is Sean Payton talking, starting with the addition of Tom Brady, as I say, quote, there's more than just an addition of a Hall of Fame player, someone like that to your roster. Great players elevate the play of everyone around them. What kind of changes will they make? I don't anticipate it. How much New England is coming to Tampa Bay? That's Sean Payton talking. You talking about I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Talk to Sean Payton.
Quote, Sean Payton is gassing them up. One of the things that you're supposed to do as a coach is tell the media and the public, oh, Tom Brady's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. Oh, how are we going to adjust to what Tampa Bay is going to do? You know what Sean Payton's saying in the team?
What he saying?
We're going to kick their faces in. And they don't have no answer for what it is that the Saints is about to put the lay down, the smackdown on them boys when they come to our empty stadium. That's okay. We're going to be good. I think they are in for a rude awakening, and they should expect that it's going to be a tough game for them because it's early. We're coming out of a pandemic, but we're still in the pandemic. You didn't have a preseason. All of the things that you're working on and you're considering you're going to do as a game plan, you have to do it for the first time with Tom Brady and Gronkowski and all those guys. But that's not even my biggest point. I think they will do what they're supposed to do, actually, and that'll be efficient and good for what week 1 looks like. It's the defense that you got to be concerned with. While they're okay up front and they got some stud linebacker in play, you're going to suffer in the secondary with this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. And knowing that the continuity that exists, and you touched on it, Acho, that continuity of what they're bringing to the table from New Orleans, it's going to be tough for them to deal with the routes and the progressions and the adjustments that Sean Payton and Drew Brees are going to be able to bring to the table. That's just simple math on this. You said math has no feelings, no thoughts. English does. Well, this is simple math. Sean Payton and Drew Brees will have a game plan that is very strong and strategic and ahead of what they're able to do with Tampa.
My favorite quote in sports, everybody got a plan.
Until you get punched in your mouth.
Till you get punched in the mouth. Of course Bruce Arians got a plan, y'all. Of course Tom Brady got a plan. Chris Godwin, he's eager to go out there and play with the GOAT. Of course, Leonard Fournette, he's eager to get out of Jacksonville. He posting on his Twitter every 5 minutes. Of course Mike Evans got a plan. O.J. Howard, he gets to play next to Gronk. He got a plan. Gronk came out of retirement. You better believe he got a plan. Byron Leftwich, he now has all these pieces at his disposal as offensive coordinator. He got a plan. Everybody, Marcellus, on this Bucs team, they got a plan. It's a phenomenal plan. It's a blueprint. And the X's and O's meetings in the offensive meeting room, it looked great. But the problem is, Saints coming out here to give them a 2-piece, no biscuit. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Saints about to punch them Bucs.
You must be on that same vacation in Nigeria where you're on the budget again. No biscuit? What the hell we doing there with no biscuit? We ain't got biscuit, buddy. Here's the thing. You talk about continuity. Sometimes it works for you. Sometimes it works against you.
Okay.
Continuity in the New Orleans Saints locker room right now. Do we want to continue? Last time we saw them playing on the field, giving up 26 points to the Minnesota Vikings and Kirk Cousins.
Way higher stakes, Marcellus. Way higher stakes.
Excuse me? Way higher stakes.
Aren't as,
and Drew Brees not even looking like the starter. Your backup looked like he should have been the guy. Drew Brees going out there throwing for 208 yards, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Like, y'all want to act like continuity always works in your favor. Sometimes if you just continue to do the same things and the last thing you did weren't good.
That was a really good defense they went up against.
That's all I'm saying.
Really
and y'all act like I'd rather start from scratch, draw it in the dirt, coach, with talent around me versus saying, I got some talent, but let's just continue to do what we've done.
You've never
which
coached.
Has come up short.
That's how somebody who's never coached sounds. No way. You can't go play backyard ball.
He has a point, LeVar, because he did add me to the show, and I would like to say the show has gotten better. So sometimes additions do elevate those around. I would say
bang!
That's not a conversation for me. He's in Tennessee.
Bang!
Before we go, it's time to make our first Super 6 picks of the season. The Bucs and Saints are one of the matchups.
Acho,
you go first. Give me a winner, and by how many?
I already told y'all this. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
35-31. The Saints are going to win this one. It's going to be a high-scoring affair. Obviously, you got Brees, you got Brady, you got offensive weapons galore. But the Saints aren't going to let go of that stronghold they have over this division. 35-31 Saints.
I'm not going to give a score, but it's going to be by 2 touchdowns. The Saints.
Oh.
2 touchdowns.
Too tough for you, that Penn State math, okay? I'm going with the Bucs.
That's 14 points.
I got the Bucs winning 33-26. Too much.